Yes, people, welcome back to the Man United Agenda. We just done a show not 5-10 minutes ago, and we're back already for the quiz. We have Lee Mason, who decided to step up, bro. I appreciate that. How you doing, Lee?
I'm doing very well. I've heard a lot about the Quizmaster, and I wanted to tackle it, man. I'm glad I'm on the show, and I'm ready to go. Hey?
You're a brave man, Lee. You're a very brave man. I admire you for that, you know? Lee, just give me a breakdown. So what's your association with football? Why do you love football? How long have you been playing? What are you still playing?
Yeah. So these days it's more to keep fit. So I play every week, 5-a-side. Same group of lads. We mix the teams up. I was playing 7-a-side for a while. When I was younger, I used to play 11-a-side. So all throughout my youth, my teens, I played Sunday football, 11-a-side. And I've just, ever since I was about 8 or 9 years old, football's just been a part of me. When I first got into football, my old man, he's actually a Leeds United fan. And I said, he's from London, I'm from London. I said to him, I just put Leeds. And he said, when I was growing up, they had the hardest firm. So that's why I'm a Leeds fan. Then my older brother's Aston Villa, no association with the Midlands, with Birmingham. He's just a fan of Aston Villa. And I've just gone further north to both of them. I'm a Newcastle fan. So, and the reason being, Andy Cole. Andy Cole is the reason.
You get blind.
So what happened is, when I first got into football, I remember this. You're a Man United fan, aren't you? Yeah, obviously, United agenda. So you might remember Villa beat United 3-1 once upon a time, I think in a League Cup final. Right, this is going back in the early 90s.
Milosevic.
And I remember back in the day, Villa had Dalian Atkinson and Dean Saunders as a front two back in the day, right? And at the time, my brother supported Villa, and I was gearing towards Villa. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, that end of that season, Newcastle came up to the Prem. And the first seven games or so, they were on fire. Andy Cole that's the season he blitzed the Premier League. And after that, I was just Newcastle through and through. And I thought I was onto a winner, and I never have been, but I've stuck with him.
Boy, so that was 1994, so Stephanie Griffiths, yeah, it certainly was. And she said 96. Big up to Andrew William. He's giving me some quiz questions next week, because the show before was just about height, and he's taking it a bit too far now. Thank you, Andrew, for contributing. So here's how it goes with the Quizmaster show. It's the football general knowledge. It's on the spot challenge, and we're going to ask 18 questions in total. Lead. Can you turn on the background noise?
Sorry, bear with.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so it's 18 questions, Lee. 6 questions on your chosen subject, which I assume is going to be Newcastle United.
Correct.
6 questions on football general knowledge, and then 6 questions of the photo round as well. So
perfect.
18 questions in total. Your good friend and my brother, Kahinde Zico, he got 13 out of 18, so he's top of the leaderboard right now. And Darren last week, I think, only got 5.
Wow, so these questions are tough.
Yeah, I just want to say this to guys. Big up Stephanie Griffiths. How you doing? Say big up Amanda and Lee. Guys, in the comments, as we know the rules, we all say an oath right now. We do not spell out the answer if you know it. Don't be flash. We don't want to give Lee an advantage here. Just wait until the question's over, and then we can read them out, and then you can put it down. So please don't split out the answer or type it out for Lee, if you don't mind. All right, Lee, we're going to get going. You're in watching. Welcome. You're on the spot. So you've got 3 rounds to choose. It's your choice. You want to go for the photo round? Do you want to go for Newcastle questions or football general knowledge?
Let's go for the Newcastle questions first.
All right, we start with Newcastle, guys. Just like I say in the comments, hold it down. If you get excited, don't type just yet. It's all about Newcastle United. Lee is a Newcastle fan. Let's see if he knows how to beat the Quizmaster. Okay, Lee, you ready? Lee, I'm going to say again, your first answer will be the answer I go with. So don't spit anything out or don't confer in your head or anything. Only name the answer that you want to. And if you don't know, just throw something out there rather than pass.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Football general knowledge. Football Newcastle United round. Let's do this. Question 1. Newcastle United are 8th all time with FA Cup wins, FA Cup trophies. They've got 6. In what year did they last reach a final of the FA Cup?
Oh gosh, right. And I know who we played. We flipping out. Because we played two FA Cup finals in a row. We lost 2-0 to Arsenal and 2-0 to Man United. And these are the early 2000s. Shit.
I need an answer.
Yeah, it's coming. Oh, bloody hell. Let's go 2004.
Okay, question 2. Alan Shearer, legend at the club, is all-time club top goal scorer with 206 goals. But whose record did he beat?
Jackie Milburn.
All right, question 3. Signed in 1987 for £475,000. Who was the first Brazilian to play English top-flight football and play for Newcastle as well? 1987. First Brazilian to ever play in English football, and he was signed by Newcastle United.
Brazilian. Shit. We'll pass on that.
Okay. Question 4. Newcastle-born Dan Burn, the giant of a player, ain't that right, Andrew? Returned to the club recently after he's, doing the rounds and going through the leagues. But who did Newcastle sign him from?
Brighton.
Question 5. Now you have to name 2 players, Lee. Name me 2 players in the current first team squad that have played under the current manager, Eddie Howe, before.
Callum Wilson and Matt Ritchie.
Question 6. Can you name me 2 of the 3 Ballon d'Or winners that have played or managed Newcastle United at one time in their careers? So, go ahead. So, to name me 2 out of the 3 Ballon d'Or winners that have played or managed Newcastle United throughout their career.
Kevin Keegan and Ballon d'Or. Kevin Keegan and give me 30 seconds, sorry.
Two of the 3 Ballon d'Or winners that have played or managed Newcastle at one time in their careers.
Do you know, I don't know if he won a Ballon d'Or. I just know he was successful at Liverpool. I'm going to say Kenny Dalglish, but I don't know if he won a Ballon d'Or. I don't think he did.
Okay. All right, we stop there. You've done your questions.
Yeah.
Let's go through them. Do you want to go through them? Yeah, let's do them now. So question 1, we asked you, Newcastle were 8th all-time winners of the FA Cup.
FA Cup, yeah.
With 6 wins. In which year did they last reach the final? You said
2004, I think I said.
Yep, it's actually 1999 when Man United won the treble.
Silly.
Got that.
Yeah,
and I had to sort of log out Lolly. Lolly, please don't read out the answers. I just banned you for 5 minutes. And we've got, all right, let's move on. So 1999, I thought you did get that right. Question 2, Alan Shearer, all-time goal scorer with 206 goals. But whose record did he beat? You said?
Jackie Milburn.
You're correct. We actually spoke on the phone yesterday. That's how I found that funny. Question 3, signed in 1987 for £575,000. Who was the first Brazilian ever in 1987 to play in English top flight? And he was signed by Newcastle. You said?
Passed.
Andrew Williams got it. It's Mirandinha.
Wouldn't have got that.
Mirandinha, okay. He was first guy. I remember him. It's a long time ago. So question 4, Newcastle-born Dan Burn returned to the club, signing from which club in
Brighton.
2022? You said Brighton? Correct. Question 5, who else got that? Did anyone get that? Yeah, we're getting there. Question 5, name 2 players in the current first team squad that have played under the current manager, Eddie Howe, in the past. You said?
Callum Wilson and Matt Ritchie, Bournemouth, both of them.
Correct. How did you get that one so easy?
It's easy because I know, because Eddie Howe, where's he managed? Newcastle and pretty much Bournemouth. I can't recall Eddie Howe being anywhere else. And Callum Wilson played for Bournemouth. Matt Ritchie played for Bournemouth. It's quite easy, that one.
Brilliant. So, but they didn't come at the same time, did they? I think Matt Ritchie came.
No, Matt Ritchie was there ages long before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Question 6, which I felt was a bit difficult. Name me 2 of the 3 Ballon d'Or winners that played or managed Newcastle United at
Kevin
one
Keegan
time
was,
in their career.
Kevin Keegan was straightforward. I think didn't he win it when he was at Hamburg? Or if I know he was at Hamburg for a season. Yep. Yeah, so that was straightforward. I couldn't think of another one.
You said Kenny
Dalglish, but because he managed Newcastle, and I know he was successful at Liverpool. I don't know if he ever actually won. I don't think he won a Ballon d'Or. I wasn't sure.
Okay, so this is you're gonna grit your teeth, but here we go. Barfine got it. Kevin Keegan, Ruud Gullit, Ballon d'Or winner, and Michael Owen, former player as well. And big up Zico. You did get 1999 as the year, and big up to Brenny as well. Thanks for tuning in, Brenny. He got that as well. Kevin Keegan and Gullit. You didn't get Owen, but Owen and Gullit from Zico. And my era says Andrew Williams talking about Mirandinha. Well done. That was a good shout, Mirandinha. You are old, Andrew. But yeah, he didn't. I thought he was going to smash it, but he didn't do too well. He didn't like the cold. So you got 3 out of 6 there. You're on course. Don't worry. We can go on now to football general knowledge, or do you want to do the photo round?
Let's go for general knowledge.
Oh, you're saving the photo round for last, huh? Okay. Andrew was saying Michael Owen didn't manage Newcastle. That wasn't what we said here. We said either managed or played. Listen to the question. The clues of the question, Andrew Williams. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Go for football general knowledge. This is a free for all for everybody. But like I say the oath, guys. Nobody, please type out the answer. Someone did it earlier. They got instantly blocked. So stop that. All right, football general knowledge. Do you want to get a glass of water, or do you want to wipe your brow or anything?
Do you know what? I've got some more in there.
Nice to get on, guys. 3 out of 6. All right.
Right, let's go.
Round 2, the football general knowledge. On the spot is Lee Mason, Newcastle fan, friend of the family, good friend of my brother Team Day as well. Here we go. Question 1. KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, we know who that is. He's today recognised as one of the world's best players. Which club did City sign him from in 2015?
Oh, shall I? And his first answer early, isn't it?
Yep.
I think it was Wolfsburg.
Question 2. Which 2 players missed out on the World Cup winners' medal in 1998, having won it in 1994, and then they went on to win it again in 2002. So which 2 players missed out in the final in 1998 World Cup, but they won it already in 1994, and they went on to win it again in 2002. Which 2 players?
Can I pass? I'll have to have a think.
If you pass, you can't come back to it.
Yeah. Oh man. So which 2 players? They won it in 94, missed out in 98, and won it again in 2002, yeah?
Yeah. Can we guys, do not read out any answers, please. Or don't type them in. Just hush up. I'm gonna put you on ban. All right.
Won it in 94, missed out in 98, and won it again in 2002, yeah?
Yeah, they got to the final in 98.
Yeah. I know the team. I know the team twos was in the final in 98, and I know 2002 won it. Who was there in 94? 2002. Let's say who was sick? Was it Ronaldo? Someone was sick before the game.
So they got a winner's medal in 94, and they won it again. They got to the final in 98, and they actually won it again in 2002. Would have been 3 consecutive finals that they played in, and they got 2 winners' medals.
Let's just say R9 Ronaldo and Cafu. I don't know.
Okay, that's your answer. Question 3. Who is Spain's all-time record goal scorer with 59 goals? There's multiple choice here. Is it Raul, is it Villa, or Torres?
I'm going to say David Villa.
Question 4. Which team is the odd one out, having not played in the Premier League? Bristol City, Swindon, or QPR?
Bristol City.
Question 5. Who managed Blackburn to their Premier League title in 1995?
Kenny Dalglish.
Question 6. What is the name of Brentford's old stadium?
Griffin Park.
Okay, we stopped right there. You've done pretty well there, bro. You've done pretty well. Guys, in the comments, let's go through this. Wow. And yes, Zanab, do not read out the answer. I was about to put you on ban, but I like you and hold back. So, guys, just remember, do not type the answers in until afterwards, of course. Let's go through these questions, guys. Let's see who got them right. KDB is today recognized as one of the world's best players. What club did City sign him from in 2015? You said
Wolfsburg.
Correct. How do you know that, bro?
Because I remember he was at Chelsea. Mourinho didn't take a fancy to him, or he didn't get enough game time. And then I remember him smashing it in Germany, and that's when Wolfsburg were half decent. I don't know if they're in the Bundesliga at the moment. I don't think they are. And then I couldn't remember him going from Wolfsburg anywhere else apart from City.
Well done. So Andrew Williams got that as well, and also Zanab. How you doing, Zanab? Good to see you on the show. So yeah, you got that one right. We're on course right now. Bilo is saying here, good Premier League general knowledge. Question 2: which 2 players missed out on the World Cup winners' medal in the final of 1998, having won a World Cup winners' medal in '94, and then they went on to win another one in 2002? You said.
I know I'm pretty sure it was 2 Brazilian players, but I wasn't sure who it was. I said Cafu and Ronaldo. I couldn't remember who it was.
Lee Mason. You're right.
You're kidding me.
You're right.
Cafu
and Ronaldo both got winners' medals in 1994 in the final against.
In 1994 against Italy. That's the famous Baggio missed the penalty, didn't he?
That's right.
Yeah, and in 98 they got battered by France in the final.
Yep.
And then in 2002 was that Ronaldo got a double, didn't he?
Yeah.
In
Germany. Just going back to the Roberto Baggio, do you think that tarnished his career? Miss Sky in that penalty?
I don't. My timeline might be all over the place, but I just remember there was a point where he never recovered from it. It might have been that final. I can't remember if he then had. Yeah, I can't remember at what point his downfall, because he had that. He was the original kind of almost playboy image. He wasn't a playboy, but he had that image, that long ponytail. Do you know what I mean? He was that guy, and I can't remember if it was that final. I just remember at some point he just fell off. If that makes sense.
He had injuries, but that was a major moment in his career, and I think some people kind of overlook him now, but I think he's one of the best players of all time. Question 3, we asked you, who is Spain's all-time record goal scorer internationally with 59 goals? Multiple choice. You had a choice between Raul, Villa, or Torres. You said
Villa, didn't I?
Yep, and you were right.
Perfect. Do you know what? Because with Raul, sorry, I don't know if you'll be interrupting, but with Raul, obviously at Real Madrid, he used to score a bag of goals. He used to score a ton of goals. Always them. He loved them intricate little dinks and chips inside the penalty area. But at that time when he played for Spain, they weren't that team. And I remember Spain used to score a lot of goals back in the day. So I was thinking maybe he didn't get that many goals for Spain. Whereas Villa was very clinical at one point. Valencia and Barca, not so much Barca, but Valencia, he killed it. He was scoring a lot of goals.
Well said.
And I think Spain were getting better when Villa was in there. That's when Spain were improving and getting as a better team.
I think I gave multiple choice. I thought that would confuse you because everyone knows Raul as being like a legend.
A legend.
Really was
legend.
He was prolific, wasn't he? So good shout with that. You got that right. You're 3 out of 3 at the moment. Let's see how you get on with the rest. Question 4: which team is the odd one out in not having played in the Premier League? I gave you options of Bristol City, Swindon, QPR. Which one of those teams odd one out? Not playing.
Bristol City. That's very easy. That one.
Very easy, that one, yeah?
Yeah. I remember Swindon Town being in the Premier League in the 90s, and QPR, obviously, they're our local team. We know when they've been in the Premier League, when they haven't. So that was easy not to rule them out. But I do remember Swindon being in the Premier League. Might have even been around about 94, something like that. But I remember them being in the Premier League.
Do you know who managed Swindon back then? Remember any of their players?
I can't recall who managed them, and I can't recall any of their players either. But I remember them being in the Premier League. I feel like saying something, but I don't want to make a fool of myself. No, I'm not going to say it.
Part-time got it. He said Hoddle. That's right.
Okay.
Glenn Hoddle was managing them. Yeah, I can't remember many players from Swindon back then, but yeah, Zico got it as well. Hoddle, player manager. That's right, guys. Big up Brendan as well. You got that right. Yeah, that wasn't part of it. You're getting no points for that, guys, in the comments. You've got to come and join us on the show and be brave. Have big balls like Lee Mason, who's doing really well in this general knowledge round. He's 4 out of 4 at the moment. Who managed Blackburn to their first Premier League title? You said
Kenny Dalglish. Yeah,
that's the easy one.
Quite straightforward, yeah. I remember that. I can remember a lot of their team. They had like Stuart Ripley, Jason Wilcox, Shearer, Sutton. They spent a lot of money to get that Premier League title. I remember that season. They picked Man United by just a few points.
Is that
they had a decent team, man. They're Colin Hendry at the back. They had a decent little team.
Wow, you got names there, man.
Tim Flowers, right. I think, was their goalie. Was it Tim Flowers in goal? I can't remember. But I remember their team, man.
Yeah.
They used to play a standard 4-4-2. I think they had, was it Warhurst in the middle of the park? Might have been Warhurst or something like that.
He played centre back and striker, didn't he? He even got an England cap for his. He had a hot patch, didn't he? Where he's got a lot of goals. Kenny D and Jack Walker fueled. Says right. Griffith. Yeah, half times repeating Colin Hendry. He was magnificent that year.
Henningberg, Henningberg.
And Batty. Okay, yeah. I always made a joke with people. How much on today's market? How much would you pay for Keane?
Which Keane? Roy Keane?
Yeah.
Are you talking to me or the people in the comments?
Yeah.
Roy Keane, man, he'd be Queen, Vieira. I put them all in the same category. They got to be like 40 for me, 40-50 million pound players. You don't get players like Roy Keane normal, man.
So in today's market,
they don't leave anything. They leave nothing when they come off that pitch. Nothing's left. If that makes sense.
So how much would you pay for Batty?
Batty's, I think he's a couple of steps below Keane and Vieira and those kind of players. Probably you could pay about 15 for Batty. So he's an all right player.
Batty. How much would you pay
for Nicky Butt? He's probably in the middle. He's probably in between as I said, there's probably that level of class. And you've got David Batty, and I think Nicky Butt's probably just in between them. So probably about
official
20.
Guys, official Lee would pay 15 for Batty and 10 for Butt.
I didn't say no.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's go. So David May is another one that's from that squad. Yeah, everyone's throwing them out right now. Guys, don't answer that question. It's just a trick thing. I was from the school days trying to be funny. Anyway, you got that right. Kenny Dalglish. Last question. What is the name of Brentford's old stadium?
Oh yeah, it's down the road. So yeah, Griffin Park.
Griffin Park, brilliant. Yeah, 6 out of 6, bro. Perfect. 6 out of 6. That gets you to 9.
Redeem myself.
We're going to the pitch around.
That's the thing. That should be the other way around. It should be getting 6 for my team and 3 in that round, but never mind.
No mind. So he's doing really well, guys. Make sure you support Lee. He's a Newcastle fan, West London man as well. Good friend of my brother Zico as well. So Griffin Park says bath time for sure. Says Stephanie Griffiths. We've got Andrew Williams saying Griffin Park. Yes, just off the Junction 1 on the M4. That's right. What's the new stadium called?
G-Tech.
Wow, you've been there yet?
G-Tech. I've been to watch Newcastle play there a couple times.
It's surrounded by housing, isn't it? I don't know if they can.
Correct. It's very the way they've designed it. It's disguised very well. It's not one of these stadiums you see from a mile off.
Yeah,
they put new build flats around it. It's only a small stadium. It doesn't hold that many. I can't remember the exact amount, but it's like maybe 18 or 1,000 or something like that. It's not a lot of fans. Yeah. So it's nice. It's a nice little stadium and it's well concealed. So you wouldn't even know it's there unless you were going there, if that makes sense. Yeah,
brilliant. Right, let's move on. You got 6 out of 9 at the moment. Sorry. You got 3 out of 6 in the first round, and you got 6 out of 6 in the second round, which is on course. You get me worried now, bro. You need to slow it down. I don't want you busting the record here and getting high on the leaderboard. Anyway, guys, we're going to go to the picture round now, and this is going to be interesting. Like I say, I'm going to lead them up for about 10 seconds. You need to just fire away. I'm going to take your first answer, bro.
Okay.
Please, just be calm. Think about it. Don't spit it out if you don't actually know. Have a little think about it. But I'm only going to leave them up for about 10 seconds. So I like the picture rounds because footballers, I mean, you're how old are you, Lee?
38.
38 years old. So I think we've got this covered. I didn't make it too difficult. So are you ready for this?
Let's go.
Are you ready to beat my brother's score?
Let's see how we get on, man.
Okay, you need to get maybe 4 out of 6 here to be top of
Listen,
the leaderboard at the end.
Your brother's a football man, so even if I don't make it, I don't mind because I know your brother is a football man as well.
Okay.
We were championship. We used to sit there and play championship manager back in the day at your mum's house until all hours. We should be doing our homework.
Oh dear, I'm gonna tell my mum now. That's why. All right. Anyway, let's get on with this photo round. 6 photos coming up. I'm gonna fling them up. Lee, fire away. First one coming up now. Who's that?
It hasn't loaded on my screen. It hasn't loaded on my screen.
Really?
Yeah, I've just got a circle going around.
And now?
Unfortunately, no, it's not loading at all. This is not good.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Nothing's there.
How have you got a phone with you? A mobile
yes,
phone?
I do. Shall I log in on the phone and have a look?
Yeah. Log in on your phone.
Bear with.
Thanks, Bartha. Yeah, it's here on the live stream. It's just unfortunately, Lee's not able to get it up. So, but just turn it down. Turn the volume down on your phone. Unfortunately, Lee's not able to get it up. Yeah. Turn it down.
Yeah, it's down. Right.
All right.
Try
Lee, I'm going to fling this up and just have a look at your phone. Here we go again. All right. Who is this?
Still nothing.
It's not on your phone?
Oh, here we go. Oh, who is that, man? Oh, man.
I need an answer.
I don't know. I'm just going to say Falcao.
All right. Next one. Who is this?
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to have to press you, bro.
Oh, man. I'm just going to say Andy Sinton. I don't think it's him, though. Jeez, man. It's not. Okay. It's a Chelsea kid.
Who is this? Third one on the photo round. Who's this?
Oh, this ain't good. Pass. Next.
Stop reading out. Stop typing the answers, guys. Anyway, it's too late. But let's next one. Number 4. Who's this?
Who's that? What's that? I don't think it's him, but I'm going to say Royston Dremph. I don't think it's him.
Okay.
Or it looks like Dremph or Camavinga. Yeah, go on. Yeah. It's not Camavinga. I think it's Royston. It looks like Royston Dremph, but I don't think it's him.
Okay, next one. Who's this?
That's Taribo West, I think.
That's your answer. I'm going on. So. The last one to wrap this up. Who is this handsome man? And does he look a bit like you?
that's Speed Merchant. That's our Darius Purcell, I think.
That's your answer. All right, let's stop it there, guys.
Man. These mess me up big time, man.
I want to say I'm pretty impressed.
Oh, man. Let's see how we go on. Those pictures mess me up.
Okay, let's go, guys. I thought some of you were impressive in the comments as well. I know you don't want to read them out, but let's start with this one. You said...
Let me go back on my phone because it's not coming up. I said Falcao, but I wasn't sure.
Okay. Zaneb, UK Strange said Falcao. Zanab said Falcao as well. Bartime said it does look like Falcao. Glass Ankle Man. Andrew Williams, I think you would have known this. Who's he playing for? Anyone know the kit?
Is that a Valencia kit?
Yeah.
Is it Falcao? Who is it? Is it Falcao or not?
No, it's not Falcao.
It's not, is it? No, because Falcao was at Atletico Madrid. That's what, when I saw the kit, I said, it's not Falcao. You never played. I don't remember playing for Valencia. So who is that?
Okay, it's not. Someone saying Vicente. Zico saying Vicente there, not him. Anyone else know? Vicente again. It's a centre back, guys. Does that help? He's Argentinian centre back. Anyone want to throw it out in the comments? Who's this?
See, look, this how you know. This how you know it's a tough one. No one can get it in the comments. You know
Here we go. One. Andrew Williams, the first man to get Andrew. You remember Ayala?
Was his first name Robert or Roberto or something? Roberto Ayala or something like that? Ayala?
Good player. What do you rate him?
Yeah. I remember his name, but I just can't remember. I couldn't picture that face. That's who it was.
He wasn't tall. He was. What do you think about tall? Do you think you need to be tall to be a centre back?
No, not necessarily. But I don't necessarily think you have to be tall to be a centre back. And I think the proof is with how decent this what's his name? Lissandro, what's his name at Man United? Martinez,
yeah.
He's been very good for Man United at centre back in a very poor team or poor outfit.
Big up to Andrew Williams. He should have gone with his instinct. He got that and didn't throw it out there. And original Martinez is Stephanie Griffiths, no doubt.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one, man.
Here we go. Second one. Anyone know this? Well, a few people got this, but it's Gordon Jury. Yeah, big up Andrew Williams. I've got to fly back up the comments. A few of you got this, I'm sure. I saw the name coming out. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Stuart Marshall, how you doing? You got that right as well. Gordon Jury. Do you know much about Gordon Jury?
Remember the name. I can't remember anything who he played for, anything. Was he Blackburn? Was it Blackburn, was he? Who did he play for, Gordon Jury?
That's Chelsea kit, but he went on to play for Spurs and he was international as well. Went up to Rangers eventually.
Gordon
but
Jury,
big up Stephanie Griffiths. Big up to Andrew Williams as well. Let's go to the third one. Now, not many people got this. I saw one comment get this right. Any idea who this is? Who he's playing for?
Yeah, that's Napoli. I'm trying to think. Is that Insigne?
We were talking about Insigne just earlier in the previous.
That's not Insigne, is it?
It's not him, no. Andrew Williams got it.
Oh, Dries Mertens.
Another short guy. Just going back, Andrew Williams is saying here, remember the story Alan McCoy tells me about putting fish in his car, about Gordon Jury. Pranks in football. That's a good one. Scottish player, don't know his names. Mertens, says Andrew Williams. Yeah, someone else said
he doesn't play for Napoli anymore, does he?
No, he doesn't. There's a bit of throwing people there a bit. So you didn't get that right. So
no, I didn't.
3-0 at the moment, but this is where you stepped it up. Guys, I'm impressed. Lee, you said
who's this fella? It hasn't come up on my screen yet. Let me see who it was. Yeah, I could. That looked like Royston Dredd bad, and I said, "Is it him?" No, it just something threw me off.
You weren't so sure, but you were right. It is Royston Dredd.
Yeah.
Do you know about him? What talks about Royston?
Do you remember he was going to be? You know, you get many of these starlets that are going to be like the next big thing. And I remember he's a left-footed player, Royston Dredd. I think he played in the centre of the park. And I remember Real Madrid signed him. And the reason I said Royston Dredd because when I saw he had dreads. I remember Dredd was a young black guy, dreads, but I was like, it can't be I can't remember anyone else. That's a relatively recent kit in terms of Royston Dredd's era. So I thought it must be him. But when I looked at the face, I said, it don't look like him. But yeah.
And he's one of these stories where he played for Real Madrid early in his career and he just went downhill after that. He had a bad attitude. Wasn't very professional. I don't know if you guys in the comments remember much about him, but he was saying he was a new Edward Davids, left back, centre midfield, and it was amazing in the Euros, under youth Euros, I think it was, and then a bag of shit for the rest of his career. That sums him up. Thank you, Bath Time, with that. Yeah, really impressed with that one, bro. You got that one spot on. I thought you would struggle with that. Next one. You said.
Who's the next one? Let's have a look. Who was that again? Taribo. That hairstyle, iconic, unique. Yeah. The only thing that nearly threw me because what's that? A Derby County kit.
Yeah, Derby County.
Yeah, that's the only thing that nearly threw me because I that's not that he wasn't playing for Derby County in the twilight of career, or maybe he was. I can't remember. I was like, Taribo West, Derby County.
Yeah, Taribo West. What was he like as a player? Do you remember much about him?
Was he a centre back, Taribo West?
Yeah, centre back.
Yeah, he was a centre back. I just remember. Yeah. that's pretty much it. I can't remember him really standing out for me, if I'm honest. I just remember the hairstyles.
Andrew Williams saying here, yeah, Trueberry West in a good, sensible world of soccer, 96, 97, you get him from all there. Oh dear, funny. Bolton's his main club. I think Derby County kit. And yes, Derby, Andrew Williams. Andrew, you need to come to the show. You're getting all the questions right. All right. And the final one, I was joking, but I thought he does look a bit like you. I just realised that now. Who's this guy?
I think the last one was Darius Vassell, wasn't it?
Yep, correct. You got that right. Vassell.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about Darius Vassell?
He played. I remember him he's played for a few clubs, but I remember Villa, because wasn't it at Villa when he got his England call up? And I think he scored actually. I don't know if it was his debut. I just remember him scoring, I think, away in the Netherlands in a friendly when we drew 1-1 once. And I think, who was the England manager who really liked playing him?
Ericsson.
Was it Ericsson? One of the players really liked playing Darius Vassell, man. He was a speed merchant, little guy, speed merchant. That's about as much as I remember.
Andrew Williams playing here. Darius Vassell, rubbish at club level, but very good.
I think he had a good half season or season once for Villa, and I think that's what helped him get into the England squad. And then once he was in there, as you said, Ericsson tended to like him.
And I remember, I think it was in the Euros 2004 when Rooney smashed it, and then he came off injured, and I think Vassell was the guy who came on and replaced him. And there's a big sigh around the stadium because I don't think, he was good, talented, fast, but maybe not the best. Darius better than bath time, says Stephanie Griffiths. Guys, in the comments, do you reckon you think you could have beaten this score? Because if I'm weighing this up now, I think with that 6 out of 6, that really put you in the runnings. I've got you here, 3 in the first round, 6 out of 6, that makes 9, and you've got another 3 right here in the photo round, the last 3. So that gives you 12 out of 18, which is just below my brother. Well done, Lee. And I'm going to get rid of this Darius Vassell. How did it feel being on the quiz show? I mean, was it bad?
I loved it. And no, it wasn't bad. I loved it. And what I would say is, I didn't realize some of the questions would be as tough as they were. I surprised myself with some of the answers, especially the Ronaldo and Cafu. That was complete guess. Because it took me a little while to figure out it was definitely Brazil in those finals. I was like, was it France? But then I just took my time. I was like, all right, it's definitely Brazil. But then now, who the hell? I think I just thought of the most, not random. I remember Cafu just playing for years and years. And I thought, well, he would have played in, he would have made it over that length of time. Yeah. And I thought Ronaldo being a legend. I remember he had a period in his career where he got seriously injured. He came back and scored twice in the final. I thought, was he in 94? Because wasn't it Romario and Bebeto the main two back then? So maybe I was thinking, was it a young Ronaldo there? I didn't know. Do you know what I mean?
The clue is always in the question. I did say winner's medal. He was in the squad, Ronaldo, that in 94, didn't play. Zico posted here saying, I'm still in the league.
What I would say to Mr. Forbes is to Mr. Zico Forbes down there is the questions are not the same, you see. So maybe the toughest of the questions for me, maybe I would have got 14 on your questions.
Couple more comments here. Andrew saying he would have got 15-ish around that. And I'm pretty confident I would have got 15 out of 16. That's a Stuart Marshall. That would have put you top as well. You got to come on the show, guys. Andrew, Stuart Marshall, bath time. That was a nightmare when he went on Pop Stars singing Britney songs. Who was that? I don't know. Let me know who you're talking about. And we got Stephanie saying 66.
Cheers, Steph.
Good score. 12 out of 18. That's good.
Definitely. I'm happy with that.
Who was the Darius that used to play for Borough? Darius playing for Borough? I'm not sure. Maybe we can answer that in the comments. Polish guy. Oh, okay. I can't pronounce his name. You know me in surnames. No, I thought he's English. Okay, maybe not. We'll answer that. We'll get to the bottom of this. Darius
I saw Zayn pop up. It was tough tonight. That's what I like to hear. See, I had the tough questions.
Well, you've done really well, bro. And I thought you were, at one point, you were going away with it. That 6 out of 6 was dangerous in the football general knowledge. Guys, watch out. We've got a player here. Zico, who's got 14. No, Zico's got 13, sorry. Then you've got 12 on 12 is Mace. And below that, all the way down to 5 is Darren at the moment. If you want to try and beat that score, if you think you can take on the Quizmaster, is there pressure, do you feel, being in a hot seat? Because that's what I always try to rely on. With
I'll be
people
honest.
watching under
Yeah.
pressure, you feel a bit pressure?
No, but I'll say no, and the reason I say it's because even if I wasn't sitting here in front of you and I was just in the watching as a viewer, I would have got probably the same score. I don't think it was because of the pressure that I didn't answer any of those questions. When you give me the answers just now, and you gave me Gordon Drury, I wouldn't have got Gordon Drury. When it came to like the Newcastle, who was the 2 or 3 Ballon d'Or winners, even though they're obvious ones now when you think about Hullet and Owen, I wouldn't have got it because I know I would have said Keegan, it just Hullet wouldn't have come to my mind straight away. Owen wouldn't have come to my mind straight away. So it's fine. I don't mind. I feel like I got the questions that I could have got, and regardless whether I was in the hot seat or I wasn't in the hot seat. So I don't mind. I'm happy with my score.
And I must say, Lee, I'm really pleased with the process of elimination, how you got the answer with Ronaldo and Catherine. It's about elimination. That's a good way of doing it. And in the time allowed, you've done really well there. So 12 out of 18 is very impressive. You're second on the leaderboard. You're welcome to come back later in the season to challenge again and see if you can topple that score and get bragging rights on Zico, because he's obviously going to be texting you very soon. But thank you so much for joining us, Lee. It's been a pleasure. And Newcastle, do you think they will do top 4 this year?
Not at all. Not a chance. Not a chance to get top 4.
What's gone wrong with Newcastle?
What's gone wrong is we massively overachieved last season. We didn't have this. We didn't have the depth in the squad for what came ahead of us this season. So you've got the depth. What came ahead of us this season in terms of the Champions League, in terms of the expectation levels, and us overachieving last season. Those are factors against us. And then also, we haven't been able to invest in our squad as heavily as we might have wanted. As you noticed, we're seeing what the market was saying for our players in January, because at the end of next season, that will mark 3 years. The Saudi Public Investment Fund has been in charge of Newcastle, and that 3-year period is gonna, as people are probably aware of, with the financial fair play rules, they check over a rolling 3-year period. End of next season. End of next season will be that 3-year period. And you know that obviously we got quite a bit of investment when they first came in to keep us in the Premier League. Then we brought in, I think Tonali screwed us, that 50 odd million we paid for him, and he's obviously gone on a ban. We paid big money for Isaac. We brought in Dan Burn, we brought in Kieran Trippier, we brought in Bruno Guimaraes. We spent all this money and haven't recouped because the level of players we had at the time, they had no sale value essentially under the Bruce era and under the Mike Ashley era. So because of that, we now are scrambling to try and sell players. We can't sign anyone. I think we're in a bit of bother, but I don't mind because, as I said, I'm proud of the team, proud of the squad for what they managed to achieve last season, keeping us up the first season when Hal came in, when the Saudis came in. That was remarkable in itself. Then going on, getting that top 4 last season was incredible. And I think the team supporters, including myself, we're just happy we've got a team we can be proud of now. And obviously it hasn't gone as well this season, but we're happy. We've got a team that actually can compete, can play decent football. We've got decent players and they make us proud. So I don't mind this season. I don't mind writing off the season we end up finishing anywhere between kind of 8th and 12th. That's not a problem to me. I think next season or the season after, when we start to regroup again, we'll be back and we'll be better.
Wow. Really good analysis there, especially about the financial fair play. I didn't know that about the 3-year turnaround. Andrew Williams in here. Pope is a big loss also, and Tonali's gone out with his. When's Tonali back? Sometime soon.
I think he's banned for the season.
All right, for the whole season.
Lee
McTominay in the midfield. I just want to say, there's a guy in midfield, a youngster, who's come into the side. And
Lewis Miley, outstanding.
What a player!
He's outstanding, and that's the future's bright for Newcastle. When there was the speculation about Trippier heading to Bayern in January, even though he's brilliant with his assists and set pieces and stuff, we've got a guy there that we've signed called Livremenko, and I think honestly, I think that boy, he's gonna be a future England right back. He's gonna be our right back for seasons to come. Yes, he hasn't got the technical ability of Kieran Trippier, but defensively is solid. He breaks up play and then breaks from the back with the ball. He's brilliant. So I don't mind. You'll notice he's even at certain times he stepped in and played left back in front of even we signed young what's his bloody name from Chelsea? The young boy left back.
I know you.
Can't remember his name.
Lewis.
His name slipped me.
Lewis.
Yeah. We signed him, and Livremenko sometimes plays left back as well because he's brilliant. So I don't mind it I would have taken the 12 or 30, whatever Bayern were offering for Trippier at the age he's at. But At the same time, we didn't sell him, and Trippier's still an asset. He hasn't been in the best of form in the last couple of months, but he's been brilliant since he's come back from Spain. So yeah, the future's bright. We've got Lewis Miley in there. We need to try and hold on to people like Bruno Guimaraes. We definitely do.
What a
player. Special player.
Yeah.
And up top, Isaac's brilliant. We probably need to get another striker. And Callum Wilson gets injured a bit too much. He's getting on a bit now. But yeah, man. I'm happy. I'm happy with the progress that's being made. It'll just over the next kind of 12 to 18 months, we'll see how we get on in terms of player retention and also players coming in with that burden of financial fair play over us.
Great assessment. I couldn't agree anymore. Zanab saying here, Newcastle, you've done well in the start of the season. No great players you have. I think Howard did a brilliant job. There's been a question mark. Maybe getting sacked, they're going to move on to a more renowned manager, but I think
high profile.
He's done really great. And Stephanie Griffiths saying a crazy game versus Luton. That was
definitely
but he came back from 4-2 down to get a draw, which is a positive result in the end. But Lee, thank you so much for joining us today. You're always welcome to come on the show. There's opportunities every Friday night with a takeaway show. You can bring your Newcastle knowledge to the show. We talk about all Premiership teams. Keep in touch and stay on after the music.
No worries,
guys. And thanks to everyone in the comments. Thanks for supporting Lee, guys. And Ed, do you have any shout outs, Lee, to any sort of channels or any social medias for yourself where any people can find you?
So I don't really have a personal social media. I do have a podcast actually that I partake, which is not football related. It's actually called Fully Booked. So it's where me and two close friends, we actually read and review self-help books, which is quite interesting. Tell me more. Yeah, so basically we read and review kind of books which are like kind of self-help or even relationship help. And we try and relate them to everyday life. And the podcast is called Full eBook. So you can find us on Instagram, full_e_booked. If you type in Fully Booked on Google or YouTube, will come up. A lot of our stuff is on Spotify. There's a few bits on YouTube, but the majority of it is on Spotify. So yeah, and that's it really. Just shout out to my fellow Newcastle fans. There's a few of us dotted around London, and we all know WhatsApp group together. So yeah.
Brilliant. I'm going to check out your channel. So it's Full eBooked.
Yeah. So I think the Instagram's full_e_booked. So if you just type in full FULL and then E with a dash booked, and we should come up on like YouTube and stuff like that.
That sounds really good.
We sometimes get guests on as well, and it's to do with talking about maybe a book we've read or something that's interesting in terms of self-help and just kind of promoting well-being and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. We will see you soon, Lee. Keep in touch. Thank you so much. You're second on the leaderboard. You should be proud with that. And hopefully we see you very soon on the channel. God bless. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, bro. We're signing out. Good night.